and welcome back to Old Fashioned Graces for day 17 of Vlogtober. Today we're going to make sourdough discard pumpkin muffins. But of course, I am out of my homemade baking powder, so we're going to make your own baking powder. You just need 3 ingredients. You need cream of tartar, baking soda, and a starch of your choice. I usually use tapioca. That's what we have today. It's a super easy recipe. You need 2 parts of cream of tartar and starch to 1 part baking soda. So I usually start with my whatever I have the least amount of. So this would be cream of tartar today. 1. Perfect. So I did 2 parts of that. 2 parts of cream and tartar. Woo! It is a little bit messy when you make it. 2 parts starch. 1 part baking soda. And then you're just going to mix that really well together. It would be ideal to like sift it together, but I'm not going to do that today. And then once you get it all mixed up, you're going to want to label yours. I don't actually label mine because I have a very specific jar with a very specific measuring spoon. I should, I just haven't yet. Actually, you know what? I have all these labels from when I bought my spice jars. See if we can find one that says. Got some blank ones. Here we go. I got a baking powder one. It will be labeled now. Alright, so we have our baking powder all mixed up, labeled even. This is the measuring spoon that lives in it. If you hear noises in the background, I have baby on me and toddler eating a snack, so that is what we hear. Alright, so we are going to do 1 can of pumpkin, which I will grab. 1 can of pumpkin, or about 2 cups if you're not using a can, one of the 15-ounce cans. And then either melted or softened butter, ½ cup. Alright, then you're going to need 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin into your ½ cup melted or softened butter. Just make sure you're getting 100% pumpkin, not pumpkin pie mix. So that is very different. And then whisk the butter and pumpkin together. Hopefully this bowl is big enough. We will see. Alright, once that's whisked together, you're going to add to it 3/4 cup of brown sugar. That's ½ cup. And I'll flip the ½ cup halfway. 3/4. And now you're going to add in 6 eggs. So these are fairly high protein. Check out this mahoosive egg our chickens laid. Compared to another egg laid today. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we're going to whisk in the eggs and brown sugar to the pumpkin and butter mixture. There we go, that's whisked up nicely. All right, now to this we're gonna add 2 tablespoons pumpkin pie spice. If you don't have pumpkin pie spice, you can make your own or just use cinnamon with a little bit of nutmeg. 1, 2, we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of our baking powder. I have a teaspoon in here, so I'm gonna do 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. You're going to want to make sure your oven is preheating to 350. Whisk this up. Trying to make sure there's no clumps, especially of the baking powder. There we go. It is smelling so good. All right. Now we just need our sourdough starter and chocolate chips. Obviously chocolate chips are optional, but not really because chocolate. So we have our 2 cups of sourdough starter. Mine is freshly fed, well, fairly freshly fed. You can do discard, freshly fed, whatever you have. You just want 2 cups of it. Alright, whisk together. It smells glorious. So these are delicious, fairly high protein muffins, completely sourdough. There's no flour that has not already been digested by your sourdough starter. So these are no weight sourdough. So that is all mixed together. I'm going to add in my chocolate chips. This isn't enough for the whole batch, but it will get me a few. Measure with your heart. And stir in. You are going to bake. These are my favorite. See if we can get it to focus. There we go. These are my favorite cupcake liners. I'll link them down below. They are parchment paper. You can reuse them, which I do. Depending, I don't have a bake time for these muffins. They're fairly normal bake time, but because it depends on how runny your sourdough starter is, you just kind of gotta watch them. You're looking for a toothpick to come out clean. Fill them up to about 3/4 of the way full and pop them into your preheated oven. Then enjoy. Alright, so this is what they look like all baked up. They're very, very soft, kind of springy texture muffin. You can kind of see all the little sourdough pockets in it. Mine took about 25 to 28 minutes to bake, so that can give you an idea. If you want to make them dairy-free, you could swap out the butter for coconut oil, or you could try lard. That would be interesting. I find that a way to save money on chocolate chips is to reduce the amount of chocolate chips in the batter itself, but then put 3 chocolate chips on the top. And it makes everyone feel like there's more chocolate chips in there than there is. And if you have little kids, you know that if one of the muffins or cupcakes looks like it has more chocolate in it than the rest, then everyone's going to fight over that one. This way, they all look like they have the same amount, which really helps with that. So I hope you try it. I hope you enjoy the fall flavors with this easy sourdough discard, or really any type of sourdough recipe. Let me know in the comments down below if you like it. Oh, you make a really easy cream cheese frosting and put that on top, and it is delicious. All right, thanks. Bye.